are well. Welcome back again in the standard 7th of subject science lecture number 2nd of chapter 30, and it was electric current and its effect. So in the first lecture of this chapter we had started, that is how electric current is defined, what are the basic units of electric currents, how electricity is produced, what are the charges, positive and negative charges. There are the two types of charges. In the last lecture we had discussed. After that we discussed that how electricity can be defined, how electric current can be defined. So the number of charges passing through any cross-sectional area in per unit time, it is known as a electric current. That we discussed in the first chapter. Then after we discussed also different components of electrical circuit, like wire joints, resistors, battery, cell, then many other components of an electric circuit that we had discussed in the last lecture. In the last lecture, how it gets used, so वहाँ पे कैसे यूज होता है उसके बारे में सब हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में कंप्लीट किया, and how it is denoted, what are the symbols of these components that we had completed. Then after we also discussed what is the electrical circuit, that completed in the last lecture. Here we are moving on the another two interesting topic, and this is very interesting topic which we are facing in our day-to-day life. In our day-to-day life we are observing it. Effects of current. So is the current has any type of effect? We have seen both the effects. So electric current which is passing through any conductor, suppose this is our wire, this is our wire. So जैसे ही इसके अंदर से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास होगी, there are the two types of effect is generated. First effect is heating effect and second effect is magnetic effect. That's why in our day-to-day life we feel that after running a 5 to 10 minutes the fan becomes hot, the bottom of the fan becomes hot. This is due to the heating effect of an electric current. So जैसे किसी भी वायर में से अगर वहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास होती है, so two types of effects is generates there. Heating effect, it provides a heat towards, means it creates the object hotter, and another is magnetic effect. So here in this particular lecture we deal about the heating effect. What is the magnetic effect of electric current? So conductor which is carrying the electric current, when you carry it out, when you bring the magnetic material near this conductor, it attracts. So जैसे ही अगर किसी भी वायर में से वहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास हो रही हो, अगर आप मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल लेकर आए उसके पास रखें, then it attracts that magnetic material. So these are the two effects. This one is the heating effect which we are facing in our day-to-day life, and second effect is magnetic effect. So first of all we will learn about the heating effect, and further we will move on the magnetic effect. So here we are going to start the heating effect of an electric current. So when the current flow through any circuit, heat is produced in that circuit. When the current is produced, when the current is passes through any circuit, the heat is produced in that circuit, and this effect, this is known as a heating effect of electric current. So generation of heat by the passing of electric current, it is known as a heating effect. Many appliances, large number of appliances, this is unwanted to us. The heat which is generated inside the fan, that we don't want. But this heat which is generated, suppose this is our wire, This is cross sectional area, and heat is generated around us. It is generated around its surface. So that heat, it is unwanted, we don't want. But in such cases, it is useful. Like in many appliances works on this effect, works on the heating effect, like iron, heater, toaster. Iron, heater and toasters are works on the heating effects of electric currents. Iron, heater, toaster becomes hot. It becomes hot when it is switched on. Why it becomes hot? When it gets switched on. So suppose this is the wire of heater or any toaster or iron of any devices. Electricity will pass through here to here. So when the electricity passes through the conductor, the resistance of this material can resist that current. That's why current stopped one. So it generates the heat around that wire. So here iron, heater, toaster becomes hot when it's switched on. This is because the current flowing through wire produces heating effect. Why this heat is generated there? This is because the current which is flowing through the wire. Suppose I am taking the example of iron. So inside the iron coils are there, and in that coil, when we switch on the button, then current is passing through that coil, and coil generates the heat. But that heat, it is useful to us, that we want. आयरन के अंदर जो हीट जनरेट हुई, दिस इज द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ हीटिंग इफेक्ट. बट जो फैन के केस में हीट जनरेट हुई, दैट इज अनवांटेड, दैट वी डोंट वांट. So in such cases it has a very useful application, while in such cases it is don't want to us. So this is the difference. Now appliances, what are the appliances? Working on it means working on heating effect. How many types of appliances are working on heating effect? How heat is generated? So that I discussed here, how heat is generated. Heat is generated by the movement of electric current, by the movement of electric charges from one place to the another place. That's why heat is generated there. So this is the heating effect. Now we are going to learn about the appliances working on it. There are the lots of appliances working on heating effect. For example, first one, that is electric bulb. Electric bulb. Observe, we all observe that electric bulb. 10 rupees का जो bulb आता है वो, and second thing that is the LED bulbs, etc., etc. In all the cases, heating effect is works. In 10 rupees bulb, heat is generates more. So what is the inside the bulb, that we will clear in the next topic. So here it remains, bulb को ऐसे ही रखते हैं, next appliances को learn करते हैं. So this is the bulb. First appliances working on the heating effect, it is bulb. Second is immersion rod. Immersion rod, that is the one type of metallic rod. This is the metallic rod. It is used to heat up the water, we can say. Immersion rod is widely used for the electrolysis. So when you pass the electricity through these rods, it generates heat. So these are the immersion rods. Third appliance is oven, that we all know. What is oven? Oven is used for the heating the food items. So in that oven, heating effect is used. Kettle, that is electrical kettle, we can say. Electric kettle, in which we can create the hot tea at any time. Fifth one, it is sandwich maker, that we all know about that. सैंडविच मेकर ब्रेड को उसके बीच में रखते हैं, उसके बाद देन completely tightly close करने के बाद connected with electrical source. So that's why after few minutes the bread gets turned into toast. So this is our sandwich maker and it works on the heating effect. Heat is generated there. Sixth one, that is hair dryer. This is used for the drying the hair. In hair dryer, heating effect, warm air comes from the inside of hair dryer. So warm air is generated due to the heating effect of current. Then after water heater, what is water heater, that we all know, and these are the appliances working on the principle of heating. So this is the heating effect. Now out of that we will learn about the bulb and second appliances, that is fuse, that we will clear here. So first of all we are going to learn about the electric bulb. So electric bulb we all know about that, we already watched it. So this is the diagram of electric bulb. This is our electric bulb. Now what is inside this bulb? It has a thin wire. Inside the bulb you observe this is. It has the thin wire. It is known as a filament. So bulb के अंदर जो wire रहता है, this is known as a filament. Filament is made up by the tungsten metal. It is made up by the tungsten metal. It is one type of a material. Tungsten metal कैसे ये बना रहता है? When bulb gets switched on, filament is heated and it glows. When it breaks, bulb will get fused. So when heat passes through the filament of bulb, when heat passes, so tungsten gets heated at its maximum temperature and then it generates the light and heat. Then bulb will get glow. But when the filament gets break, so electricity is not able to pass through that electric bulb. That's why bulb gets fused. It does not glow. Another device also generates heat, like an electric coil also generates the heat. The produced heat depends on the following factor in each and every type of appliances or circuit. Heat is depend on these three factors. First, that is length of coil. If we increase the length of coil, so heating effect will be more. Why? Electricity will pass long distance. Then when it covers long distance, it has to stay at more time inside the conductor. That's why heat is generated more. So length of coil is more, heat is more. Then the thickness of wire. Thickness of wire depends on the cross-sectional area of wire. When cross-sectional area of wire is less, so then thickness is more. Is it right? When the thickness of cross-sectional area is more, then thickness is more. Cross-sectional area is less, then thickness is less. So when the thickness decreases, then length is increases, means heating effect will be more. When thickness increases, heating effect will be less. If it is increases, thickness increases, heating effect decreases. Clear? Now another factor on what the heating effect is depend, that is material of construction of wire. So on the types of material is also depend. Suppose instead of copper we use iron, so iron के केस में ज़्यादा heat generate होगी as compared to the copper. So material of construction of that filament or of that we can say conductor. Material of construction is the another factor for the generation of heating effect. Now we are going to learn about the fuse. What is fuse? Let's look. Now electric fuse. that we already observed inside our home. What is electric fuse? How it is used? What is the principle of working of it? Let's learn. So what is fuse? It is a safety device used to protect from large amount of current flow through the circuit. So electrical fuse, it is a protecting device. It is a safety device, we can say. It protects our different appliances from the high amount of electricity. How it protects, how it works, this is the concept. अगर फ्यूज वहाँ पे ना लगाया जाए inside our home, so suddenly, suppose, assume that suddenly the amount of electricity will get increased. Then it flows through our all the appliances like a fan, like a tube light, like a refrigerator, like a TV, like a AC, etc., etc. And if the current which is flowing in, it is high as to be desired amount of current, then it can break our appliances, it can damage our appliances. So to protect them, to protecting them, electrical fuse is used. It has a thin wire. Inside that, placed in a ceramic cartridge. If you observe the electrical fuse, ceramic portion ऊपर पे लगाया जाता है. This is known as a ceramic cartridge. And inside that, thin wire is also fitted. So this is your thin wire. So this wire, it is alloy. It is made up by the alloy, and the melting point, it is desired. It is very low when the heat is passes, when the electricity is passes through that wire, due to the generation of heating effect, it gets made. Now we are going to learn about the principle of working of electrical fuse. So suppose this is our main line which is coming from our nearest pole. So यहाँ पे पोल था, यहाँ से मेन लाइन, सडनली मेन लाइन हमारे घर के अंदर आ गई. This is the main line coming from the nearest pole. So firstly it passes through the fuse. This is our fuse. It is installed in front of house. It is installed before entering in any appliances. The current needs to pass through this fuse. If the amount of current is high, then this fuse wire, it has a melting point, low melting point, then it gets melts easily and it gets break. Then our appliances like a TV, refrigerator and fan cannot be harmful, cannot be gets damaged. So this is the principle of working of fuse. It is also works on the principle of heating effect. When heat is more, then that wire gets melted, wire gets break down. That's why current will not pass easily through this circuit to our appliances. That's why our appliances are gets protected. So this is the working of fuse. Now nowadays there is a replacement of fuse, because sometimes if due to some factors wire of that fuse it does not get smell, then appliances like a TV, refrigerator सब खराब हो जाते हैं. That's why instead of fuse nowadays we are using MCB. What is MCB? MCB, that is known as a miniature circuit breaker. It is a sensitive equipment, we can say. When the electric current will be more, so it sends the electric current which is flowing through that. That's why miniature MCB will get break down and current will not pass in our houses. So this is the principal working of MCB. So this is overview. Here we discussed the heating effect of electric current. what is electric bulb, electric fuse, that we are discussed here. When we meet in next lecture, we will continue another topic. Thank you.